Welcome to Everything Guns, Episode 2. I'm your host, David. Jody's on the other mic. Let's get into it.
New smart gun coming out of Colorado that operates on fingerprint and facial recognition with an unlocking system that unlocks in less than a second. Quickly locks again when no longer in use, which I can't find anything in the specifications of what that means or how long that is.
So their claim is less than a second unlock.
Their claim, yes.
So I guess that would be the fastest it would unlock?
Absolutely. If it works perfectly, you have your finger set perfectly on the, and it looks like the fingerprint system is on the side, and this is on the right side. So I'm assuming I'm wondering if they have it ambidextrous, so a left-handed person could use it because it looks like it's your finger, trigger finger that unlocks the gun.
Yeah, I'm seeing your picture there. So you have to draw, keep your finger on the side of the slide, let it unlock, and then go to the trigger.
Yep.
And then be ready to fire at that point.
So you're at that point you're probably well over 2 seconds altogether.
Now at that point you're shot.
Yeah. And the facial recognition is on the back of the gun. I'm very curious how that would work in low light. Even if let's just assume that this all works perfectly. The amount of time that it takes the fingerprint or facial recognition to work is just going to be useless in a self-defense standpoint. Now, if you're looking at what I think this gun is really designed for, which is to keep others from using your gun, for instance, keeping kids from getting it, using it to commit suicide, or keeping other people from stealing it, which this actually doesn't even do that because you've got equipment this thing sits on that you can program your fingerprint in and your facial recognition in. So if somebody steals your gun, if they steal that too, then they can program it any way they want. They just can't use it on you immediately. So it's selling for $1,499, which is going to put it out of the price range for a lot of people for a pistol. It's just not very practical. And these types of guns, they come out with them every few years, and they've never worked very well, never been practical. I think this is going to be the same way. Not even coming out until next year. So they're taking orders for it now.
If it actually makes it to...
Yeah,
I assume it'll come out. But
well, it's going to come out because they're getting all this great press from all your major media that aren't familiar with how guns actually should operate. So
yeah,
it's going to
be
the
same media that wants to outlaw all your guns anyway.
Terrible idea.
So that's your first.
That's my first
review.
Yeah, terrible idea for a gun.
Yeah, it's not good. So, the first thing I was going to speak on today was my concealed carry pistol. I was going to kind of compare it. I got the Canik TP9 Elite SC, which stands for subcompact. Eventually, we're going to kind of compare that to the Canik METE MC9, the micro compact 9mm. So we'll kind of compare those eventually. But so my Canik Elite SC, 12-15 has got a 12-round mag, 15-round mag. Acting like you're sleeping. Yeah, I usually carry it with the 15-round mag in it. It's height, and I'll say the height and width, just that we're going to compare it with the MC9 here eventually. It's 4.8 inches, 4.6 inches tall, 1.45 in width. Barrel length is 3.6 inches. So that's kind of overall length of it is 6.7 inches. So it's obviously not a micro gun, but it's got it's optic ready slide cut for the shield systems. And that's what I carry on mine. I carry the Shield SMS 2.0, I believe.
What's the length of it?
6.7 inches.
That's pretty long. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah. So I carry the Shield with the Shield SMS 2.0. MSRP on this gun's $439. It's got an accessory rail. Shortened accessory rail, which is different if you look at the...
We should quit pointing that thing at me.
I didn't point that at you. It's pointed the other way. The MC9, just to compare it a little bit, it's the new one just came out, SHOT Show?
Yeah, I think so. Came out a little before SHOT Show.
Yeah, so it also has a 12-round mag, 15-round mag capacity. It uses the same mags as all the TP9 series and the METE series.
That's what I like about the Caniks. I've got several of them. All of them can take the same mags. I use the same subcompact. My SFXs use the same mags.
Yeah, so they use the same mag. The MC9 is 4.52 inches long compared to the that's the height compared to the 4.6 on the Elite SC. It's much thinner. It's 1.12, similar to the Springfield XDS.
Yeah.
And it's just a little bit thicker than a Hellcat or the SIG P365. It's just a little bit larger than that, but it's made to compete with those guns.
I like the Springfield's trigger, just nowhere near as crisp as the Canics.
Yeah, I watched some reviews on the METE, and it's got a similar trigger to the one that I carry, the SC. They're very good. So it's good wall. You get to the wall with a little bit of take up. Good crisp trigger, and then the reset is really short on all the pistols. So that's one of the highlights of the gun is their triggers. The front sight on my gun is a phosphorus front dot sight with the rear sight blacked out. A little bit different on the MC9. It's got a rear blacked out sight, but it's just got a white dot front sight, similar to like a Glock or something. So it's not as nice as the other one. The MC9 is also slide optics ready with a slide cut. Takes the same footprint of a shield. The iron sights are co-witness you can co-witness them to your dot. So
that's nice.
Yeah. It's basically the same price. It's the MSRP for the MC9 is $439 as well. So
Canics are always priced good.
Yeah, it is. It's a good price on them. Watched a lot of reviews on the MC9. It's looks like it's just a very good gun. I really like the size of the Elite, the TP9 Elite SC, the subcompact that I carry. You carry as well. I like that. It gives you a full size feel as opposed to that micro compact feel that you get with the Springfields or the Hellcats or the Canik. So
yeah, I wouldn't mind having one of the METEs, but I'm still waiting on that steel frame rival to come out. I'll talk a little about that later on when we get to the USB-C stuff.
With the MC9, you do get a full size rail, so you get a little bit more space on it than you do on our Canik, on the subcompact.
If you want to put a light or something on it.
Yeah. So
or a stupid laser.
You can put a laser on it. What it doesn't have.
Lasers are useless.
If you look at the SC, you'll notice you get this kind of like a finger rest, rough finger rest, where it's a good point to put your gun.
That's good for audio.
Just showing it. Well, I'm showing you.
Okay, got it. I'm just.
But I mean, it's got the MC9 doesn't have that little rough spot where you kind of would rest your thumb or rest your finger when you're not going to the trigger. But it's really it's a good spot to put the thumb, kind of keep a good high grip on it. So those are the two guns I was looking at.
That's a good review.
Well, to go along with that review is I carried in a Tier 1, that's nice applause. I carried in a Tier 1 Access Slim appendix carry holster. And the Tier 1 holsters are really nice. It's
the same holster I got, I think.
Yeah, it is. You got the spare mag.
I've used those, and I've used the ones from
T-Rex.
T-Rex, yeah. I like both of those.
Yeah. But this one you got the little shock cord that attaches the two, gives you a lot of flexibility. You got the little ear on the one side that kind of helps push everything back into you for concealability. So they're really comfortable holsters. But what makes them even more comfortable is the wedges. I don't know if you have wedges on yours.
I do.
Yeah, so I got two on mine.
I think I've got two. I think I put one on it.
Yeah, that's one thing. I wore this one until I found different spots where it was bothering me and put two medium edges on it. It's in the holster, man. It's pointed way over there. It's not even pointed at you.
Yeah, I didn't say a word.
So that's my concealed carry is that TP9 SC in a Tier 1 Access Slim holster.
Canik is coming out with a lot of good stuff.
Yeah, I mean they have their own holster, but it's nowhere near as good as that one. But that holster,
they do have a good holster though. I wish I've asked them about left-handed holsters before, but I haven't got one yet.
Yeah, the Tier 1 is pretty comfortable for appendix carry. $130 for the one I have. You get different prices. You can choose the colors, choose the type clip you want, where either an Ulti clip or the easy adjust Tier 1 clip. So they make it pretty, customizable
for
you. So
Yeah. Like I say, I like Canik. I'm surprised they don't sponsor me as a shooter, but they would get, that's another story.
yeah, well, if you were any good, they would.
B class, buddy. B class.
Oh, the difference in weight between the two, the Canik METE MC9, it weighs,
I was wondering about the weight.
yeah, well, 21.27 ounces compared to 23.48 ounces.
So about 2 ounces difference. You could have just said that. They're about 2 ounces different.
I like giving the weight. That's obviously without rounds in the gun, because it doesn't make them weigh heavier.
Yeah, but if they had the same amount of rounds, wouldn't it still be 2 ounces difference?
If it's the same rounds.
No, they're not going to be the same
What
rounds.
if I had like 145 grain in one
All right,
and
let's move on.
115 grain
Hey,
in the other?
speaking of ammo, that's a good segue.
That's what I do.
Yeah, that's what you do. So I've been shooting a lot lately, trying to go at least twice a week out to the range. So I've been trying to find cheaper ammo. So I've bought several times, bought from Ammunition Planet. No, I'm trying to down Ammunition Planet, but I've been buying their remanufactured stuff. I've got some 124 grain TPS from them the last time. I shot some of that last weekend. After about 2 shots, there's so much smoke coming off the gun from that ammo that I can't even see the target. And then looking at the gun to check the target, the bullet looks like it's tumbling when it comes out. It's not a straight shot. I mean, you've seen the
Yeah, I
holes
saw
in the
where you
target.
had, like every other shot where,
I shot some more of it Tuesday from a different batch, and same thing, tumbling out. And the prior stuff I bought from them didn't see that issue, but it had a lot of stuff that wouldn't fire. It hit the primer, gun round wouldn't go off. But so probably not going to buy any more from them.
can you explain to us why it would tumble?
It's not coming out straight. I don't know. It could be something to do with how it's pushed into the casing. I did notice I had a couple rounds that were pushed too far into the casing, so I don't know if it's if the bullets are just not good bullets. It could be some imperfections in the bullet that make it tumble. I don't know. Not a freaking ammo expert. I'm just telling you that it wasn't that good compared to the. I did buy some from Freedom Munition. 1,000 rounds from them, 124 grain, same remanufactured, had no issues with it. The difference in the quality of the ammo is very visible. The Freedom Munition stuff is very clean, looks like brand new ammunition. I touch it, you don't get powder on your fingers.
Yeah. So how much did the dirty stuff cost?
It's like like $11.50 for 50 rounds.
Okay.
And the other was like $12.50 for 50 rounds. So there's about $1 difference between the.
So I've been buying that Fiocchi for about $13.50 a box.
Yeah, I got some for $13.50 yesterday. It's supposed to be going down for Ruger days at Larry's pistol.
I bought it for $12.50 yesterday.
I didn't. I bought it in Huntsville. It was still $13.50.
Got ripped
But anyway,
off.
yeah, I'm probably not gonna buy any more of the Ammunition Planet stuff. Just can't even see the target after 2 shots. Doesn't do me much good. But that's my ammo review for the day. I like these buttons on this thing. Stupid.
So is that it on your?
No, I got
review?
one. I thought you had another review.
Yeah, well, I was going to talk a little bit about the Talon grips.
No, I like those.
So that's, although Canik does have fairly good texture on their grips, I still like to have something more on my concealed carry gun, the SC. I got the Pro grip on it. I meant to get that other one because it's more rubbery feeling. It's supposed to be better for a concealed carry because it's not as rough. Because I got on my
SFX?
yeah XF what?
SFX.
Yeah, SXF. Yeah, that's it.
SFX.
That's what I said. Yeah, that one I got the granite, the really rough, almost like sandpaper, and I like that one because when you hold on to that, it just stays in your hand.
Yeah, even if your hands are wet, it stays good.
Yeah.
I like that stuff.
Yeah, so even I got to where I like throwing those Talon grips on.
I bought the medium. I bought the medium stuff the first time, and then I went with the more aggressive stuff.
Yeah, you
from the
did.
last stuff.
Yeah, when you saw how good mine was.
Yeah.
I'm about to buy some new ones for my concealed carry gun. I want to take these off and put the.
I'm gonna wait and see what I do for the new Rival steel frame. It supposedly has fairly aggressive grip on it already. With it being such a heavy gun, I'm gonna see if I even need to put that aggressive grip on it. But I probably will because I like the stuff.
But yeah, the Talon grips are nice. They have different ones where you can go really aggressive or in between. The Pro Grip is $24.99. The really aggressive grip is actually only $19.99, so it's a little cheaper. So, but they really help hold on to the gun.
It's such a good deal on that stuff. I've had that stuff. It's just like, it goes on like tape. I've had it, use a little heat gun, heat it up, keep it on there. I've had mine on over for a year and no issues with it. So,
Yeah, I'm getting a little bit of wear on this one until where my thumbs go. It's wearing, so I'm probably going to change it out soon.
yeah, I like it though. Good deal. All right. So I was looking at this thing from Brownells. I got an email from Brownell. You know they got a gun con coming up from Brownell.
No, I did not.
I think it's in September. Hey, look that up. That would be pretty cool to go to. Anyway, called Gun Con. But this thing is a Law Tactical AR-15 folding stock adapter. It was listed on the email I got for $209 to $219, but when I looked it up and put it in my cart, it came up to $249. So a little bit different. Still adapter enables installation on a folding stock on any AR-15. Works with standard gas impingement or gas piston systems. Single button operation for quick folding and unfolding. It's a pretty neat little item. You have to add a little extension onto your carrier boat, which it comes with.
Is that to replace the buffer tube or what?
No, the buffer tube stays in. So you see, and
How's the buffer tube
so
stay if it folds?
this goes in there. Well, I mean, the buffer tube's got a little notch. It keeps the buffer tube from coming out. And it's got, where's the stuff that comes with it? But it's got a little attachment that goes into your carrier boat. Yeah, see? And you got to put a new castle nut on it. So the castle nut's what's going to keep that buffer tube from popping out. And you get the little edge there. I'm showing a picture of it so everybody can see. But pretty neat. I'd like to have one, but I can't imagine paying. It's hard to pay $250 to have a folding stock.
Yeah.
Of course, you can't operate. You can shoot one time in the if it's folded, you can fire one time because of course your buffer is not going to reload your weapon. But I thought it was pretty neat. I wouldn't mind having one.
So if I put that folding stock on a regular AR with a 16-inch barrel, folded it and shot it, what's the legality of that?
Well, you can only shoot it one time.
But does it make it a short-barreled rifle? If it's overall length?
I don't know about
With the new rules they have?
I mean, overall length would be measured with the stock unfolded.
Yeah, I guess. You never know what the ATF is going to do.
Yeah. Hopefully they come to my house here soon and do an inspection. Moving forward on my FFL.
Yeah, that's weird to hope for.
Yeah, I know. I hate. That's the only reason I don't want to do it anywhere else. I have them come to. They'll come to the house, do an interview. Basically, do an interview. They'll look and see where you're going to store any guns that you're going to maintain. Which, doing what I'm looking to do in online sales, not going to be keeping things there. Probably really limited to mostly pistols anyway. But trying to get my business license set up through the city, which is, I've done this before and had some issues. Hopefully won't have any issues this time. But that process is moving forward. Hopefully in a few months I'll have an FFL and can start selling and buying and selling some guns at wholesale.
So have you seen the new red dot from Ruger?
I have not.
They have what they call the Ruger Ready Dot.
Oh yeah, I heard about that, but I hadn't seen it.
Yeah, it was designed to go with their gun. What is their gun they have?
Is it
The Max 9, the Ruger Max 9. They designed it to go with the Ruger Max 9, but it doesn't use a battery.
Well, that's what I heard. How does that work?
Well, I'm going to tell you. It uses a fiber optic, a light gathering fiber optic to display your dot. So it's not really a generated dot. It just uses light, and that's what it uses to display the dot. So my question is, like if I'm in my house or something, if I grab it from my safe, there's not going to be any light there. So I don't know how long it takes it to actually work. It's also got a 15 MOA dot size.
I guess you go shoot at the moon.
Well, it says, they if you go watch their video, that's 4 inches in diameter at 25 yards.
Good grief.
That's how big that is. It does.
Is that just because of the technology? Why is
I would assume it is.
that's crazy?
Yeah,
that's not.
There's
useful.
the brightness adjustment is automatic based on ambient conditions, based on your light conditions. But the dot size looks huge. If you go look at the video,
I'm looking at the picture of it. I mean, it looks nice.
Yeah, it's
I can see. You can see where it looks like they've got like a mirror on the thing that reflects light back into it.
This what they're using. I think that's how they actually. If you look at it, it's something going across of it to pull the light through that fiber optic from that fiber optic. It's interesting. It's a really big dot. Don't know what it would do at night. It's Shield SMS footprint, so it would go on our guns.
I guess
no
if
problem.
you could co-witness with your iron sights.
Well,
it'd be okay.
it's designed. It's made with the Ruger Max 9, so it does co-witness. And if you go watch the videos, they do claim, hey, most other guns, it'll co-witness with those as well.
I think it's a neat idea, but I don't know. That's a huge dot.
Yeah, it is. The only the main thing about it is $99.
That's a good price. If they could get that down to a 3 or 6 MOA, that'd be pretty cool if you could co-witness it. I wouldn't mind having that if you could co-witness it.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind trying it for $99.
Yeah,
But the dot
bucks.
is too big.
Yeah, I can't shoot a 15 MOA. That's crazy big.
Yeah. And then, like I say, I want to look for some other reviews. I just don't see how in low light conditions that's going to do you very good. No. It's not night sight, it's fiber optic. So you know how your fiber optic sights look in low light, you don't see them.
No, it's not. That's why, and then co-witnessing to your iron sights, that's not much better in the dark anyway.
Unless you got night sights on your iron, so yeah.
Neat idea. I like the new stuff they keep trying to come out with, but kind of similar to that gun we talked about last week with the tilting barrel. Cool ideas, but not for me right now.
Well, that MSRP is $99. If I could find that for like $79, I'd probably buy one just to try it because I can just pop it right on the gun and you don't.
Yeah, what gun you gonna? That micro dot you're gonna put it on your everyday carry.
Yeah, it would go. I didn't say I would use it. I would try.
Springfield's they didn't have a.
They don't have slide cuts. Not the original XDSs that we have. No, you can go spend a fortune and get a slide cut for it.
I'm looking at my squad for my.
That's
sectional match.
That's good to do when we're.
Well, I'm looking at. There's nobody in my squad yet. Just
they
me.
know you.
Well, I hope it stays that way.
All the good shooters get in the other squad.
I've avoided this one squad. I avoided these 2 squads. Still got a lot of open places left for this match coming up in September, so it's still way early. They still haven't posted any stages for it yet. I want to see the stages. Yep, nothing yet.
When was that again?
September 23rd. You gonna come watch?
I'm thinking about coming to that.
Yeah, you can carry my bag.
Yeah, I'll be your coach.
You can go.
I'll load your mags for you.
Yeah, you can go paste targets.
No, I ain't pasting targets. That's one reason. The main reason I don't go shoot those stupid things. I hate that. Man, I hate that with a passion. Let's go paint. Let's go paste.
Yeah, that's what I liked about that. One thing I liked about that match I shot in North Carolina, while I was there anyway, before I got DQ'd, that was all staff reset, which was nice. You go shoot, and you're done. You can mess around, do whatever you want.
Yeah, but that no-arm guy like that.
Well, I don't think he was pasting anyway, lazy bum.
Be weird seeing him down there pasting with his feet.
Yeah, I don't think he pasted. He might have. I ain't gonna say. I'm just kidding. I don't know if he did or not. He probably knowing the guy. He probably did. I don't know him, but probably did. So I shouldn't be that way. That was that match where Meg went with me and she needed a pair of sunglasses. Went over to Hunter HD Gold. Told him she needed some sunglasses and she bought them without knowing how much they were. She comes back with a $350 pair of sunglasses.
She took them back, right?
Yeah, she took them
Yeah.
back, but it's pretty funny. She didn't have a clue that they were that expensive. I got a pair of those for that shit. They're nice. They're nice glasses. All right, you want to get into our next segment around self-defense shootings?
Yeah.
This segment brought to you by Misti Made It. For all your craft needs, check out Misti Made It on Instagram, Facebook. Use Clear Creek as your discount code and receive 10% off your first order. All right. I don't know what that looks for. That's what's going to get us on the social media, getting this out there.
Yeah, no, that's good. I thought you said Clear Creek. So
No, Clear Creek.
Creek.
Clear, CLEARCREEK. 10% off your first order. Pretty nice stuff. So I've got 3 cases of people using their guns in self-defense, and they're all similar, based shootings from their homes, but they're all a little bit different, and really want to focus on not the legal aspects of it for the most part, but just the tactical aspects of it, what we think they should have really done to prevent some of the outcomes that happen. First,
I think we should mention that we are lawyers. So
did you say we are or we're not? How do you say we're not? We're not providing any legal advice at all.
yeah, we're not lawyers.
First one, man shot and killed by police responding to the wrong home. So the police get a call for a domestic abuse call. So they arrive, didn't check their address, and they went to the wrong home. They say they rang the doorbell and announced who they were. The guy was sleeping, though it was late. Apparently didn't hear. It was in New Mexico.
This the recent one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought they did check that. I thought they asked for the address a couple of times while they sat there outside the door.
Well, they might have, but
Yeah.
they still responded to the wrong address.
Yeah. I think they sat there for a little while, and then they finally figured out, after knocking and waiting, they finally figured out it was actually across the street where they were supposed to be. But go on.
Oh, is that when they because it says
That's when
his
they started to
officer
leave.
stepped away from the
Yep,
door.
they were about to leave.
The
Yep.
homeowner opened the screen door holding a handgun. Officer fired a single shot, killing the homeowner.
Yeah, as soon as it was hardly any. If you go watch the video, it was only maybe a second of, hey, the dude opens the door, he saw it, and they're shooting him right then.
Yeah, which I find interesting is, well, not to get into the aspects of the case, but only one officer fired, which is interesting because normally that when one starts firing, they all start firing. So they don't say whether or not the homeowner was pointing the gun. So that'd be interesting if there's some body cam info.
There was. I saw some video, and it looked like he was holding the gun pointed out. So
So that's kind of where I'm going with this is what they could have done better as a homeowner, what they should have done, especially hearing somebody knock at your door or ring the doorbell, regardless if you know who they are. Apparently there was a screen door. I'm always a big proponent of finding out who's out there before you open your door, whether you've got some type of camera outside or even looking out some window or just, kind of figuring out who's out there.
Oh, that would have solved the problem of seeing who's out there. And if you see the police out there, hey, it may be a good idea not to walk out with your gun.
Yeah, and that goes into the next case. So,
Are we done with that one?
well, it moves right into the next one. Tactically, I think the guy should have looked out the window or looked at his camera if he had one to find out who was there.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought we were going to discuss more things he could have done, but
Well, what else could he have done?
I
To me,
thought-
that's
well,
the
you're the
biggest
one that
thing.
made the notes.
Well, that's the only notes I had. That's just, to me, don't open your door till you know who's out there.
Okay. Good advice.
I mean, he could have opened the door without a gun, which I don't think is prudent, especially late at night when you don't know who's out there. But
But if you do
that
know
could
who's
have-
out there, it'd be a good idea not to open it with the gun, or to open it without the gun.
if you look out the window and see there's police, yes, don't open your door with a gun. That's good advice.
Why in the world did you put that?
I don't know. I like that button. But anyway, so the second case, and this is all 3 of these cases have been in the news very recently, over the last week or so. A woman shot by a homeowner when the car she was in pulled into a wrong driveway. And this was in New York. Apparently, a car with several people pulled out in the country somewhere, pulled into a driveway. Homeowner didn't recognize the car to who it was, comes out, shooting at the car, striking this young lady, killing her. He's actually been charged with second-degree murder. Again, homeowner.
Oh, okay. You said again. I thought he'd already had a charge against him.
No. This is another
kill somebody.
This one's different. So you've got a homeowner that's been killed. Now you've got a homeowner that's going to go to prison, basically for shooting it for no reason. There's no way he can say that he was in fear of great bodily harm or for his life. So he just come out shooting, and apparently from some things from his neighbors, nobody was surprised that this guy did this. So I'm sure they've had some issues with him before. But, from a tactical standpoint, you can't just come out shooting at people in your driveway. You can't do it. It's got to be some reason for it. And then the third one, a man shoots a teenager who rang the doorbell. This was in Kansas City. This also has been very heavily on the news here recently. Not late at night, but 10 p.m., a gentleman was 84 years old, in bed. Here's the doorbell ring. Goes, opens the wood door. The storm door is still closed. He says the individual outside tried to open the storm door. He was in fear for his life. Fired 2 times, hitting the young man once in the head, once in the arm. Young man ran off, went to a neighbor's house to get some assistance. The homeowner immediately called 911, telling him what happened, claiming that he was in fear for his life. Somebody was trying to break into his house. But this is all over the news based off the.
You can say race.
I wouldn't say race. I'm trying to think of the term. Racial.
The homeowner is white. The kid was black.
Yeah, so this is causing some issues with people in the area. They're protesting. They've actually come and done damage to the individual's homeowner's house. He's been charged.
Yeah, he charged. He pled not guilty.
He's been charged. He could end up spending the rest of his life in prison.
Yeah, the kid survived.
Thankfully, he survived.
Yeah, he survived and was. I think he's out of the hospital at this point.
And I don't know everything that happened. I can see where a homeowner at 10 o'clock at night opens his door. If somebody reaches to try to open your storm door, definitely could think somebody's trying to break into your house if you don't recognize somebody. But again, I go back to this is the same thing for these 3 cases. If he's that scared at night, look out to see who's at
don't
your
open
door.
the door.
Don't open the door.
Yeah, I don't understand why people open the door.
I don't open my door.
You
I'll
can
look out
yell
my
at
window
them.
before.
You can yell at them through the door.
Yeah.
Hey, who is it? And then find out, hey, I'm here for so and so. Well, they're not here. That solved that. Quit opening the door to people.
I've seen reports wondering why if this man was so scared he shouldn't be living there, why is he carrying a gun when he goes to the door? I always, somebody comes to my door and I'm not expecting them, I would normally have a gun with me to whether I'm carrying it, whether it's on me. I'm not going to the door without some type of protection. But I'm also not opening it till I look out the window to see who's there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't have an issue with him being scared at 10 o'clock at night. Don't have an issue with him holding a gun. But I don't understand. Hey, I'm just going to open the door and let's see what happens. I got my gun so I can deal with it. It's dumb. Now he's facing life in jail.
Yeah, so when we do our classes, that's one thing we talk about is having a home defense plan. Having it for different scenarios. And to me, that's one of the scenarios you need to be planned for.
Well, just buy a camera.
Yeah,
Cameras are cheap. You can see who's out there. And then at that point, don't open the door.
Or to your point, if you don't have a camera, you can yell, "Who's at my door?" And if they tell you, if it happens to be somebody that's at the wrong place, then they can figure out pretty quick they're at the wrong place.
And if it wasn't, then you can be justifiable in using whatever you did if they're trying to get in at that point.
And at least you have a barrier and gives you a little bit more time as well. So,
that would have solved 2 of these issues, right? It would have solved the first
2.
one. And he wouldn't have opened the door and got shot by the cop. And the last one wouldn't have opened the door and shot somebody. It's just a little bit of common sense and looking out and see who's there before you react to what's going on.
Yep. So those were the 3 kind of in the news self-defense cases I had for this week. So what's our next segment?
You the one with the book.
Well, I've got USPSA stuff. I'm not going to get into a lot of that because the whole organization is kind of in turmoil right now with the new president that just got elected not too long ago. I guess last fall, or maybe even started right before the end of the year or first of the year.
It was pretty recent. Yeah, he just got kicked out.
He just got kicked out. So
Well, it's interesting if you look at it, he got kicked out because he doesn't have a RO
his RO
certificate.
certification.
But
They pulled it.
They pulled his RO certification, and then they said, "Well, you can't be the president because you don't have that."
Yep.
And then they kicked him out. So that's a
Yeah, that's nice considering
pretty good
the,
way to get rid of somebody.
Well, consider one of the board members also does not have their RO certification, but they gave him more time, which is against the bylaws. There's nothing in the bylaws that says they can do that, but they did it. Typical of a board. It's one of the reasons I'm not going to shoot USPSA that much anymore, just because I don't want to provide them with the money.
That's the thing with these organizations. If you look at any organization like this, it starts off that are nonprofit, and I would guess most of them start off pretty decently and doing what they want to do, but then people get in there and get a little bit of prestige, get a little bit of power. They like people looking at them as hey, I'm the area director, or I'm on the board of the NRA, or whatever it may be, and then they start acting differently. And
What funny part of it is I wasn't a big fan of the president anyway, just from some of his statements before he came into the role.
yeah, he's
And
the one
now
that had a code of ethics or code of conduct. He's the one that was pushing that.
Yeah, and now he gets caught up in the politics of it. So
Yeah.
it's kind of ironic that he was pushing for that. Now he's one caught up in it. He's appealing, but he doesn't have the votes on the board to get reinstated. So there's no way he's going to. There's really only 2 people on the board that'll vote for him to be reinstated. The rest of them are falling right in line.
I love that. You get kicked out by the board, and that's who you appeal it to.
Yeah,
that's
to
a
the
good
same board.
process. The
Yeah.
same people that
Same
kicked
people
you
that
out,
kicked you out.
you appeal to be reinstated. I'm sure.
Well, it's the
that's
same
gonna
way
go
for the people they banned last year. The appeal had to go back through them. That's why some of them didn't even bother with it.
Yeah.
I'm fed up with the organization. Luckily, it doesn't really affect your local matches. Really doesn't affect anything till you get to nationals. But
Well, even that, most people don't even pay attention to it.
most people don't know. But I don't like supporting an organization that's run that way, and I'm not going to. So, I've already paid for this match. I want to, so I'm going to go ahead and shoot this last match, and probably not do anything until some of these board members are gone. It's just it's becoming corrupt like some of the other boards, like similar to what's happened with the NRA. That's why I don't support them anymore. NRA had some board members that were calling them out, wanting to focus on gun rights, and they got kicked off the board. And same kind of thing that's going on here. So I'm kind of done with it.
Allegedly.
Do what?
Allegedly. In case anybody listens to this podcast.
Allegedly what?
Allegedly.
Allegedly. What is allegedly?
That's the wrong word.
That word was. I was trying to cover for you.
That's the wrong word.
I don't think that is allegedly. It's allegedly.
Yeah, that's what I said. Did I say blee?
Yeah, you got a B in there for some
Yeah.
reason. All right. Well,
Legible.
that's all I've got on the USPSA. And we kind of already talked about I didn't really get a lot of good work in at my last range time because the ammo was coming out sideways basically.
Yeah.
So
it
much
was
smoke
weird.
I couldn't see.
The smoke was more an issue than obviously the flight of the bullet's going to affect your accuracy.
Some of that.
But it's not going to affect your time. But that smoke, you couldn't see.
No, after the second shot, I couldn't see the target.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It makes it difficult to pick up at dot.
But going back out in the morning, I'm going to use some of that fruit ammunition stuff. I did buy some Fiochi stuff from this weekend to shoot as well.
Is it Fiochi or Fioki? Because I keep hearing it different ways.
I don't know. I don't care. It's got a CHI on it.
Yeah, I know.
Same as Fiochi. Oh, I did see so I'm still waiting on my rival steel frame. I looked on Gunbroker, and there's quite a few of them on Gunbroker. But man, the prices on those, I think people are buying these things up as fast as they get them and putting them on Gunbroker. Because I've been quoted like $8.99 for the rival steel frame for me. But I look on Gunbroker, I did see one on there for $1,000 with the mechanic red dot on it. I was going to bid on it, but there's 7 days left in the bidding on that gun. So
that's going to go way up.
It's going to go way up because $1,000 for that with the with the red dot on it would be a great deal. But yeah, I can imagine. I'm going to look back into it in a few days and see where it's gotten to. But yeah, next time you got to look it up on Gunbroker. I'm wanting the not the dark out one. What's the other one? The
The one you've been looking at.
yeah, it's,
Silver?
yeah, the silver one, but I can't remember what it's called. That's a good gun. Still waiting on it though. That's the gun I hope. I can't imagine I won't have it before the match, but I'd like to get it early enough to practice with it because it's going to be a bit heavier than the one I've been using. I was getting pretty consistent at my .82, .86 draw time, but my mag changes were horrible. I still haven't done any dry fire practice on my mag changes.
I haven't done any dry fire at all. Oh, back on that Ruger Ready Dot. If you go look at it on their website, it's currently out of stock. So they may be selling a few of those. So at some point we'll see some good reviews on it.
Where are you looking at it at?
Shop Marlin, that's where you go to if you actually, it's everything and anything Ruger and Marlin.
I wonder if Brownells has got it.
I don't know.
Yeah, actually, it's a nice idea, but
I'm going to wait and look at some reviews. I don't think it'd be, I don't see how I could use it in here, in the house or in low light.
I wish
interesting.
I wish Canik would come out with the smaller version of the mechanic. They don't have the macro.
No, they're still putting the shield
on the subcompact. Yeah. I got a Swamp Fox on my subcompact. I think we talked about that before. Not real happy with it. Get a lot of.
No, I don't like your Swamp Fox.
I guess the starbursting on the red dot from it.
Yeah. I
love the gun. I got the little compensator on mine. Really reduces that recoil.
It looks cool. And you got the Swamp. Yours is adjustable. Your dot size. Mine, your not dot size, but how bright it is.
Yeah, the brightness.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mine,
it's shake on too. Yours is always on, right?
Yeah, it's always
on. Mine is supposedly shake on,
and it adjusts based on the light.
Yeah, mine doesn't. Mine does not.
So, yeah, I don't like yours.
Yeah, I don't know.
I like this. I like the Shield SMS, but mine does have the crack in it, and it happened pretty early on. I probably should have sent it in for warranty repair.
Didn't you crack the one you had on your SFX too?
Yeah, that was the Vortex Venom. I had it for a long time before it finally just fell apart.
Yeah.
I mean, I put thousands of rounds.
Yeah, you should look at the mechanic and replace that with it.
Yeah, I will at some point after I get my son through college. So I can actually pay for something other than school. Yeah, good use of that. Well, that's all my reviews. I don't have anything else for today.
Yep, that's all I got for today. So until next time, we're Everything Guns.